Hi, I'm Frederick, co-founder and CRO at Factry. And today I'm here at Hannover Messe together with David Ariens from IT/OT Insider. David, nice to meet you here.
Yeah.
Could you maybe start by quickly introducing yourself?
Of course. So I'm David. I write this blog called the IT/OT Insider.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. What we want to do is we want to make sure that everybody in this industry understands what it takes to work together, to work with, to exchange data between each other, to love each other, basically, right?
Yeah. So one big community,
One big
IT
community,
and OT
yeah.
coming together.
And I have to say, it is born a bit out of frustration, because I'm working in this domain now for about 15 years now, right?
Yeah.
And I figured out that I was missing some language, some tools, some concepts to really make sure that IT understands OT and OT understands IT.
Yeah, so that they really come together and deliver business value, because that's what it's all about.
And which is also more important than ever now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. So we have a couple of questions, things we'd like to ask you. First one being, so we talk about digital transformation. In your experience, what is the number one thing that companies should focus on to increase their success rate, basically?
Yeah. So I think it's a no-brainer, but we still work a lot in silos today, right?
Yeah.
And if we talk about IT/OT convergence, I want to take one step back, and I'm going to answer the question.
Go ahead.
I think in the past 10 or so years, especially since Industry 4.0 was invented, we've been when we were talking about IT/OT convergence, we were talking about infrastructure convergence. So we're actually talking about how do we connect the systems. Cybersecurity, really important. I think today we are now talking about data convergence. Now, data convergence needs IT expertise and OT expertise.
Mm-hmm.
It is about having workloads in the cloud. It is about IT. It's about data teams. But it's also about manufacturing knowledge. So that means that working together right now is more important than ever.
Yeah, indeed. And it kind of evolves over time from let's say a technical challenge towards more kind of an organizational challenge then?
Yeah, it's a business strategy now. Data is a business strategy.
Yeah.
So that means that we need to work together towards achieving that business strategy, not just my personal technological challenge anymore.
Okay, that makes sense. Nice. One moment. When reading your blog, I think it's been on there for quite a while already. There's a term mentioned there called citizen data science. Could you explain a bit what it means and how you see, if you see, and how you see the industry evolving towards that?
Yeah. So obviously you want to empower everybody in your organization to become, a citizen data scientist. So somebody who is able to. They see a problem. They see like, okay, I think I might be able to come to with a solution here because I am a process expert, I'm a quality expert, I'm a technician. You want to empower them to solve their own problem. Mm-hmm. Because if they need to look to a data science team in every shape or form, it doesn't mean they need to be an IT person. It can also be somebody in OT. But if they always have to ask their question to someone else, then you're not becoming data driven. So a citizen data scientist or somebody who is able to work with data. Now, what does it take to work with data? That means that person needs to have easy access to the data they need. You want to give them contextualized access, which means that you want to make sure that it shouldn't be their problem to download some sensor data and some SAP data and some MES data and some quality data, and then somehow in an Excel sheet or whatever try to bring that together. No, that shouldn't be their problem, because then they're never going to do that, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to empower a citizen data scientists, tools are important, but access to the data in context is equally important.
Yeah, indeed. So already pre-packaged, pre-processed with different context, I can imagine, equipment context, order context, maintenance context, these kind of things. That's really, okay. And I think it's definitely in line with our experience as well, that as soon as you have to ask an external body, an external team to help you with a certain challenge, the reality is that maybe it's too difficult and it doesn't happen, or only for the let's say the large pieces of work. these people are overburdened.
Yeah.
Everybody asks them questions,
Yeah.
so it doesn't happen anymore.
It becomes a problem on the back burner.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
this is too complex. Yeah.
A ticket in the system, and in 2 weeks you'll have a response.
Yeah.
And the question is not relevant anymore.
I get it.
Maybe a last question.
Yes.
Kind of a myth that you could either debunk or not.
Yeah.
And are most manufacturers are ready to start using AI today.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Where are you on this?
That's a good one. Yeah. So obviously we went through this hype cycle. So first of all, AI, machine learning, has been around for decades. I've been trained as a machine learning engineer when I was at university, right? So it's been around for decades. But I think what we've seen right now since the advent of ChatGPT is that suddenly AI became something for the mass. Everybody started talking about AI, which rippled down to the companies, and you saw that many companies started experimenting, like what can we do with AI right now? Now the big problem obviously is, again, getting access to data, right data, in context, qualitative data, that type of things. So what I see happening right now is that most companies who try to build some pilots, which scale very difficultly, they now come to the conclusion that yes, they want to become AI driven. Yes, they can be AI driven because there is a lot of potential, but they need to focus back on the data foundation. And that's possible. It is possible.
So it's kind of I can imagine, and it's also how I've looked at it in the past, kind of like a pyramid with AI on top. You want to get there. So you need those layers to get there. But maybe it's a wrong approach to focus on layer, then another layer, then another layer. It takes too long. So you build a use case, and then you go back, start building your foundation.
Yeah, you build your foundation, and you also need to accept the fact that it is also okay to adapt changes. You shouldn't be building the perfect foundation from day one.
Yeah, makes total sense.
All right.
Yeah, nice to talk to you. Have a great continuation of the fair.
Same for you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Maakt u het goed?
Ja, moet je. Ik had dat moeten zeggen.